So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the second episode of the Remain podcast. I am Casey.
And the Yankee.
That is Kiara over there. Dan, I hope your shit is recording. I think it is. Say something.
Something.
Okay, there we go. So I just had to make sure. All right, y'all. It has been a while since we recorded. Well, since y'all seen us, but we recorded last week. Don't talk about it. I ain't gonna talk about it, but we recorded it last week for a whole 45 minutes, and we scrapped it. But I ain't gonna say anything else outside of that about it, for sure. But what I did forget though, last video or podcast, we need to tell people to like the video, subscribe, share, comment. What else people be saying? Post anywhere. We're available on YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, anywhere you can get your podcasting and listening or viewing on, for sure. Just want to shout out to everybody who did watch the last video, listen to the last podcast. Got a lot of feedback from everybody. We almost had 100 views from the first video. So that's something I'm kind of proud of, would you say?
Yes.
Where are you at right now?
I'm listening.
Okay, you just out in the
No,
days.
I'm listening to
Okay,
you.
you know where you was at. But yeah,
I
just
listen better when I'm not looking at anything.
I do the same thing.
Yeah.
When I talk to people, I try to make eye contact with them.
Yeah, but then I get distracted. I have to look at something and I can concentrate.
I won't say I get distracted. I just
do.
feel when I'm looking at somebody and I'm talking to them, and then when I stop looking away, cause you know how they say like when you lying, when you look away, like you lying.
Yeah, and I'm not lying. It's just eye contact makes me. It's weird.
For sure, I be trying to do it all the time. When I be doing my interviews with people, I be interviewing them, and they start rambling on, and I try to like just stare dead into their eyes.
Yeah, that's weird.
And
Ew.
I just look away. I say, I start looking at something else.
Yeah.
All right. Also, welcome to our new podcast room. We wasn't a fan of where we was at. I can say that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. We wasn't a fan of where we was recording it, which is simply just a living room. So we got a room put together. Got some furniture.
Shout out to
That's really it.
Timu.
Shout out to Timu. Okay, so for those who know, speaking of Timu, right? So I ordered this furniture. I ordered these chairs off of Timu. I ordered 2 of them, and the mugs came in 2 or 3 days. Like it was hella quick. Well, I ordered on a Friday, got like here on Wednesday, but they say it won't ship it till Monday, so it got here really quick. And I was like, okay, let me go ahead and put these together. So I put it together, and for those who follow me on Instagram, you saw that both of the chairs were crooked. I was like, man, this is some BS. So let me go and get my money back from them. And so I requested a part to come back. I said, yeah, this stuff is crooked. Look at it, all this kind of stuff. 2 days go by, the people never reply back. So I was like, bumping, I'm just going to get my money back. So when I submitted the request to get it, the refund, Temu gives you an option that was saying that the items are too heavy. So for the inconvenience, you can keep the items, but we only give you $30 back. And I was like, fuck no. The shit's a crooked, so I want my whole total I spent on these chairs. So I requested the whole amount back. And then when I get home, later on the day, Kiara was like, she looking at the chairs and she said, she flipped upside down and realized that the base had an arrow pointing to the front.
First off, when I looked at the base, because I was like, what part is actually crooked? Like, is it the metal square part that connects to the chair, or is it the leg part? Mm-hmm. And Casey was like, it's the base. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, now I feel like we could turn it around and then, like have it lean back.
Yeah.
And I was looking at it and I was like, I think that'll work. So once I picked it up and I flipped that metal piece over, and I saw it had an arrow pointing to the front.
And I was like, oh, wrong spot.
Yeah, man, it's covering my mouth because I was laughing so hard. Because I'm like, you didn't see that? You put together 2 chairs, by the way.
I put 2 chairs together, by the way. And literally the page I stopped on was the instructions on how to put the base on. I just wasn't paying no attention to it.
And I feel like this brings us into our segue.
No, it doesn't, because there's one part I want to say.
Okay, go ahead.
I had to finish the story. However, so I already requested a refund back for the items, and I get to keep the items. That's what the thing was. Mm-hmm. They gave my whole refund back.
Damn.
I didn't even tell you
You
that.
didn't even tell me.
Yeah, I said, dang. Get the whole items and the chairs cool now. I was like, shit, oh well. What we moving? What's our segue?
I think that's a segue. Women are smarter than men.
I'm not going to disagree with that. End of that conversation. See how quick that was? I thought I was going to debate that.
No.
But since the last time we podcasted or recorded or how they've seen us, a lot has happened. It's been 3 weeks. Or it's been a month. When the Hawks last game? It's been 3 weeks.
It's 3 weeks.
It's been 3 weeks.
What has happened?
NBA playoffs have started.
Oh.
Let's tailor to our sports listeners. Round 2 starts today. Game 7 of who plays Game 7 today? Oh Jesus! Rockets and Spurs. No, Rockets and Spurs. Or Jesus Christ! Rockets and the Warriors.
They don't have nothing to do with me.
Who you got?
Nobody.
I got the Warriors.
I got Jesus.
Anywho, you ever seen that picture of Jesus crossing up the devil?
Huh? No.
Somebody drew a picture. It is our picture of Jesus crossing up the devil. Stupid.
People play too much.
Also, we got Cavaliers versus Pacers today. Who you got? All right, let me play the brackets, and I want you to tell me who you got.
Oh my God, I don't know nothing about what's going on.
Okay,
Talking about who I got.
Who you got? Hold on. NBA Instagram. Okay, here we go. So last night, Nuggets beat Clippers. So round 2, we have Thunder versus Nuggets.
Nuggets.
You want to tell people why you going for Nuggets?
Yeah, because when I was in high school, I picked a random team to like, and the Nuggets happened to be it.
And who was your favorite player on that
That
random
don't
team?
matter.
Y'all would think our favorite player was Carmelo Anthony.
I don't remember him even playing for them.
Allen Iverson when he was on the Nuggets, you know.
I was in high school. He wasn't playing for the Nuggets then.
Her it could have been, what's that guy name? What's his name? Ty Lawson or something like that. It could have been anybody. Her favorite player was, what you call him? Because that's not what his name is.
No, don't even worry about it.
Kenneth Fareed was her favorite player.
I thought it was Christopher though.
It was not Christopher. His name was Kenneth Fareed.
That don't matter. I picked a random team and liked them.
Okay, so you got Nuggets beating OKC. Then we have Timberwolves, or they win whoever they play tonight. They win going that round. So we wait for that one. Cavs versus Pacers. What you got? Pick one. Do you want to see which logo look cooler so you can pick it?
No, I know what they look like. I don't know.
Okay, we say you go Cavs, they number 1. And then Knicks versus Celtics.
Celtics.
Okay, so we'll see how that go. Y'all put your money on them money lines.
Damn, Detroit didn't win against the Knicks.
No, they didn't. Remember, I don't know, what's the game he hit that 3? I was like, oh, shit. No, you weren't paying attention. Okay. Outside of that, what else had happened? I got somebody hit and ran my car. Those who do know, on Easter Sunday, I was going to the store. The store didn't open up until later, so I said, let me go run another errand. And I was at a red light. Boom. Somebody hit me. I did one of those type situations. And I look up. Everybody was gone around me. Don't know who hit me. And so now, to this day, every time I see a white or a light gray sedan, I'm checking in front of the car to see if they got red paint on it. Or if it's like some type of dented up, anything like that.
Okay, but it's the way you made it seem. Oh my God, somebody hit my shit.
Yeah, I was upset.
Y'all, you barely would have known somebody hit the car.
My trunk doesn't close.
That's not the point.
You can tell by the side bumper.
You're a little bit.
The rear bumper was literally almost hanging out.
The drama.
The real ones know.
Oh my God.
The real ones know.
That is so dramatic because it was not that bad.
But for ones who do know, they know this is probably the 5th accident I've been into that car.
Exactly. So you should just get rid of the car at this point.
You know, upon the Joe, he said the car cursed.
Yeah.
The last accident was that December. Not last December, but December.
Yeah.
So I went
But
I almost went.
at this
2
point,
years.
you should just,
I mean, I want a new car.
We're not getting that. We don't need
I
an
just said
electric
I just said a
vehicle.
new car. I didn't say which one.
We don't need an electric vehicle.
I just said a new car because when I bought that one, that's when I was single and I didn't have anything responsibility. So grocery shopping wasn't really an option when I bought the car or long road trips. You know, you like going on road trips, but still, and you get car sick every time.
I get car sick going to my mama's house.
Driving? You get car sick while you drive?
No, but
Oh, when
if
I'm
I'm in
driving.
the passenger seat, yeah.
Oh, that's one. That's when I'm always driving. What else happened? Something happened to you?
Yeah.
You want to tell?
No.
Okay. Anything else happened to you? In the past 2 weeks? Nothing at all?
No.
I mean, I can't think of anything either.
Me either. Nothing happened.
Uneventful as life.
Kinda.
Oh,
I mean, it's been nice
we have entered the best month of the year.
for sure.
May is the best month. My
Cause Cinco de
birthday.
Mayo tomorrow.
Yes, that too. Along with my birthday is in T minus 8 days. So by the time y'all see this, apparently, allegedly, rumor has it that Kiara is taking me somewhere for my birthday. I have no idea where we're going, but y'all don't know. But she said we're going somewhere, so it's be a surprise for me. But by the time y'all hear this, we'll be out on my birthday thing. I'll be gone for how many days we going for?
5.
5 days. I took 12 days off work though.
Yeah.
Insane. It's a lot of PTO being.
That's
used
what
on me.
happened when Month got time.
Yeah, but every year for my birthday,
And you don't ever call out or
I just
anything
don't
like
ever-
that.
No, I never do.
I be scraping for hours.
Nah, I'll be hold that PTO up, use it or lose it, what they say. So I mean, it renews in October.
Oh, well, mine rolls over, but I still be scraping for mine.
When I first got to the new position, they gave me 60 hours I didn't know about, and it just all went away. Couldn't even use them at all. But that's really it. Like I said, by the time they watch this, we'll be out and about somewhere. Don't know where, but we'll figure it out. But one thing I want to talk to you about, right? So I saw this conversation. Well, it's not really a conversation. It was online. Somebody posted it on the Instagram story, and I kind of stole it from them. Mm-hmm. But it said the 90s R&B music or 2000 hip hop. And so what I did was compile a list of the top 10 songs, the top 10 90 R&B hits,
Okay.
and then the top 10 hip hop hits of 2000s.
Okay.
So when it said top, there was some songs in there like I saw them and I was like, I don't really care for that song really too much. I skipped it.
Just because you don't care for it don't mean other people care for it. You can't do that.
Yeah.
That's bias.
Well, yeah, I was being very biased when I made this list.
Oh, my gosh.
So, because number one, hold on. So if I go back, because I got to put it right now.
That really makes this conversation null and void.
The number one song of the 2000, even though it came out in November 1999, it was Missy Elliott featuring Nas, Eve, and Q-Tip called Hot Boys.
Yeah. Hi, boys.
The second song,
Baby, you got what I want.
the second song was Best I Ever Had by Drake.
For the 2000s?
That came out in 2009. That's the second best. So what I did was I worked the list. I just reorganized some of the stuff that was in here. All right. So this is going to be another bracket, and I'm just going to put these songs head to head and see what song is better, okay?
Okay.
So I'll start with number 10. Mm-hmm. My, Johnny Gill versus Dilemma by Nelly.
Dilemma
by Nelly, okay. Number 9, Say My Name, Destiny Child, or It's Going Down by Young Jock.
You can't do that.
I just did top 10.
First off, we got to back up a little bit. Because you just put R&B song against R&B song for number 10.
What they said that was under hip hop, so
But
I
it's
just
not
kept
hip
it.
hop, it's R&B
I just
song.
kept it was under the hip hop charts
And you put it there.
on billboards, so I just did it. This is just all billboards. So, Say My Name versus It's Going Down.
Say my name.
All right. Can We Talk? Tevin Campbell versus Whatever You Like by T.I.
Can we talk?
X Factor by Lauryn Hill or Best Ever Had by Drake.
I don't even know how X Factor goes.
I will play it, but fuck it. Let's get a snippet.
Muted.
Oh,
Oh, that
yeah.
song. X
Yeah.
Factor.
X Factor? Okay. I should probably be keeping track of this right here. Number 6. Hold on. Okay, let me keep track of it. Let me keep track of it. Okay, so 10, you said Dilemma. 9, you said Say My Name. You said Can We Talk, right? Can We Talk? Hold on. Can We Talk? Then you said X Factor? Okay, X Factor. So right now we got R&B winning. Number 6, Candy Rain versus Lollipop by Wayne.
I'm more likely to listen to Candy Rain. So I'm going to say Candy Rain.
Candy Rain. Okay. Drop It Like It's Hot, Snoop Dogg versus You Make Me Wanna, Usher.
You make me want to.
I should have knew that, right? Then we have Lovers and Friends.
That came out in the 90s? You make me want to? That must came out in 99.
Yeah, I think it came out 99. Lovers and Friends. Of course, Lil Jon, East Side Boys and all them. Or Too Close by Nyx.
Too close.
Really? I thought you were going to say Lovers and Friends, actually. Okay. Work It by Missy Elliott. Or Feels Good, Tony.
Feels good. Work it.
Really? How does Work It go? When I think of Work It, I think, is that...
DJ, please pick up
right?
your phone on the request line. Dun, dun, dun.
Did you work it? Let me... Okay, gotcha. I just saw that, say, how I go and never listen to it. So we got In the Club, 50 Cent, or Pony.
Pony.
In the Club was the longest number, was the second, like third, second, or something like that.
No.
Pony. All right.
Anything 50 Cent, if it ain't P.I.M.P., I don't want to hear it.
I think this is a good one. That's why I put this last one at number 1. Poison.
Or
Country Grammar.
Country Grammar.
It's going down, baby.
Yo Street in the Range Rover. Street Super Baby.
So that has R&B 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
But do you think R&B, night R&B is better than 2000 hip hop? I mean, that's just a list I compiled. But if you go on there, there's a whole bunch of songs that I skipped for sure.
Yes. Because if we look at my actual playlist, it's definitely more like 90s R&B. Half of my playlist is 112. And half of my playlist is 112, Drew Hill, and Silk. Which, by the way, they're having a concert here, and we'll be going.
Which one was here yesterday?
Who?
Escape.
I don't want to see them.
APM was promoting it. Shout out to APM Promotions. They should promoting it. It got canceled, of course, by the rain. But on Instagram, she was popping all kind of stuff.
I don't want to see them because they don't be performing What's Up, so I don't even care.
But it's one of the situations when I was looking at the 2000s hip hop, they actually had the R&B ones put up too. Because a lot of songs I didn't like. I didn't say anything with T-Pain. You know, he got...
Bartender?
It wasn't on the top.
Crazy!
It wasn't on the top. I ain't saying nothing with Luda.
Lovers and Friends.
I mean, a Luda song. Like his number 1 song back then was Stand Up. We know you had all that other stuff. I know
No Southern Hospitality?
I know you didn't have read.
Cadillac Reels.
Hey, when I go through this list, right, hip hop, I'm looking at, of course, Low. But I don't really care for that song. Grills, Good Life.
Well, we know Nelly on there. 1,000.
Oh yeah, Nelly's on here. But 50 Cent had the most number 1s in the 2000s. 50 Cent, Bow Wow, and Kanye were tied for the most number 1s.
Well, I can see Bow Wow, but 50 Cent, I can see Kanye too.
Yeah, Get Rich, Die Trying.
With the whole album on there?
Damn, In the Club, of course. I don't know what you heard about me.
Yeah, that's P.I.M.P. That's the only
I'll
song
take
I
you
like.
to the candy shop.
Oh, I forgot about Candy Shop.
Girl, You love me if I was
Okay.
down.
I can see it. Okay.
I got the magic stick.
Okay.
Yeah, 50 Cent was motherfucking back then.
I forgot.
Yeah, I forgot all those about those hits. I did too until I just read off just then. Of course, Kanye with all his stuff, and then Lil Wayne, the Carter 3, Soulja Boy. There's a lot of people, a lot of hits from the 2000s. I'll probably pick 2000s, and then we can't forget
Why we ain't do 90s R&B?
Richard Kelly.
His name is Robert.
Oh shit. Robert Kelly.
Robert Sylvester Kelly.
Yeah. Can't forget about him.
I told you. Wait a minute. Speaking of him. I told you about that video of Tia Kemp when she called the federal Department of Corrections.
Nothing to do with it.
She was on live and she called the Federal Department of Corrections talking about what's his I guess she was talking about like whatever officer is assigned to him.
Mm-hmm.
And she was asking for their name so she can contact them.
Contact the officer?
Yes.
For a reason.
Talking about because she wanted to get in contact with him to see if she can use his beat.
What beat?
I don't know.
No, I didn't see that video.
That lady is nuts.
You saw a video when he was singing to that lady for her birthday?
No.
And it's like, shut up. And she had my phone on speaker and had a microphone. And he was saying happy birthday to the girl. Dang. I probably should start saving this stuff so I can play it. I got to hook my phone up to the Bluetooth thing so then they can be able to hear it. I got to remember to do that shit next time. But no, whatchamacallit? R. Kelly got there. I guess we all heard his other song when he did Residual. Where All My Money. Who's getting all of my... Dang, what he say?
You talking about that 7-minute long song?
No, he had a residual.
Oh, yeah. The remix. Yeah.
Yeah, the remix. Who's getting all my cash or something like that?
Yeah.
That's a true story. That's a question. Who is getting all that stuff? Speaking of prison, this is just really random. I saw a guy yesterday. Mm-hmm. Looked just like Bill Cosby. Anywho, same type of eye thing going on and freckles and I said, man,
Casey, please.
This guy looked just like Bill Cosby.
Casey, please.
I feel bad. I should have said that.
Get the fuck.
I should have said that to him. Okay, so since we've been nothing that's been happening since we've been gone, but we kind of fly past this. But I realize when you do this kind of stuff, you got to research things so you have things to talk about. Online, they've been doing 100 men versus gorilla thing. We don't have to have a long conversation. You got one.
The gorilla.
See, I thought that too, right? But then I was watching one of my podcasts that I watch, and you know what gorillas have? I'm assuming a silverback. I don't know. I'm just gonna assume. Just me assuming. Me kind of make it happen. They got balls. Kick a gorilla in the nuts. It's over with.
No.
True? You don't think so?
No.
Why he beating somebody else up? Is
No.
one good time.
Yeah, you got to remember, he's an animal. So his senses are way more heightened than ours are. He going to hear you coming.
But I told you, if we do it right, we have to recruit certain people. They had a list of people they was recruiting. And one of the list was the guy off of, what's that show that Terrence Howard was on? The singing show with Taraji P.
Empire?
Yeah, there was like his gay son for Empire, and it was like number 3 on that list. I said, why do y'all need him on? What's his name? You know the guy who faked the robbery?
Jussie Smollett.
Yeah, he was on the list. But it had to be a certain list of people that have to be on there. I ain't gonna be on the list. I'll tell you now. But hit him in the nuts. It's over with for him. Mm-mm. But outside of that though, they've been doing Mount Rushmores of certain things. Mount Rushmore, is it 4 or 5? 4. So what is your Mount Rushmore of Disney shows?
Lizzie McGuire. Even Stevens.
Never watched Even Stevens.
Great show.
Never watched it.
We can watch it.
Barely watched Lizzie McGuire.
Lizzie McGuire, Even Stevens.
That's Hilary Duff, right? Lizzie McGuire, Hilary Duff.
That's a Raven. Let's see.
Disney.
Yeah, I'm thinking about Disney. Mm-hmm. Oh, Proud Family.
No Kim Possible. No Lilo and Stitch. I'll go Proud Family, of course. That'd be my number one. Lilo and Stitch. Kim Possible. I feel like that's the fourth show that I'm missing. Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
See?
Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Nah, I'm get what I said.
Really?
I mean, I love Kim Possible. Don't get me wrong.
Are we missing any shows? Disney shows. Before I continue this, 2000s.
Back then,
dang, you had Jake Long.
I didn't watch that.
Phineas and Ferb.
Barely watched that. You know what I like though?
Hannah Montana. The Replace. I forgot about The Replacements.
You know what I like though? Yeah. Brandy and Mr. Whiskers, and I can't find any episodes anywhere.
They're not online.
That's because they must be locked in the Disney Vault.
You got to pay for them.
No, I think they locked in the Disney Vault.
I mean, yeah.
Like, you get what I'm saying? You know Disney will scrape everything from the internet and lock it in the vault.
Yes, I know, but if you search it up, they make you pay to watch it. It'd be like on some random ass website, though, that you really shouldn't trust. But look
exactly.
At New School, Emperor's New School.
Emperor's New School, yeah.
Corey in the House.
I didn't like the spinoff. Well, that spinoff.
Phil of the Future.
Phil of the Future was okay.
I forgot about that one.
Remember they had 4 toes?
Did they?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Where year were they supposed to be from?
Phil of the Future.
2102 or something?
Was it that far ahead?
I think so.
Let me see. Phil.
It might have been further than that.
Of the Future. This take place in, 2121. Got about to say, man, we might be close to the time that all that stuff was going down, but we're not. Dang, who else? What else shows are we missing? I feel like I'm missing something. I never watched Even Steven. Is that the one with
Shia LaBeouf?
Okay, yeah.
I can't believe you never watched it.
Tarzan, that was that TV show. Dave the Barbarian.
Yeah.
Forgot about him. Okay, that's it.
It didn't have a long run. But I did like Brandy and Mr. Whiskers.
I forgot about that show. Literally until you just said something just now. Classic. You know, I saw something that was online. They was talking about who is in the worst spot now. Disney Kids Superstars or Nickelodeon Superstars?
All of them.
Because, when they came out with that Nickelodeon.
Yeah, but they was all going through it.
That's so sad.
Think about people who was on Disney and where they are now.
Orlando Brown's the first one.
Yeah, but
The Raven got weird. I don't know if she got weird or not. Let me not say that.
Yeah, she might have not necessarily weird, but what's kind of eccentric.
She didn't grow up how I thought she would have. Let me say that.
Yeah, she didn't grow up like the characters that she portrayed.
Wizards of Waverly Place.
I never liked that. I watched it, but I didn't like it.
Selena Gomez. Only reason. But that's it. That's all I can take a look at. But they had the document come out with the Nickelodeon people.
Yeah.
And a guy on iCarly, he did that feet episode because he just loved feet so much.
Mm-hmm. Dan Schneider.
I can't wait till Lilo and Stitch movie come out actually.
Huh?
I can't wait till Lilo and Stitch movie come out.
Yeah, when is that supposed to come out?
Next year? I feel like next May because everything comes out in May. No, 2025 come out this year. Oh shit, it come out. Yeah, like I said, May 23rd. So it come out this year.
Hey.
Didn't even know that. Well, look where you gonna go see that. Oh, while we was also gone, Sinners came out. What's your review on it?
I haven't seen it. I don't know why you want me to see it so bad.
Because I want us to talk about it.
Okay,
it's
we'll
such a
talk
great
about
movie.
it when it comes out.
I'll buy that movie when it come out.
That's fine.
I'll buy it on stream. I don't want to watch it on no Fire Stick.
I didn't ask you to. Because if that's the case, we could have did that a week ago.
Yeah, somebody sent me a link. I thought it was a good link. That shit was poo. Tried to send me a link. But I opened that thing. I was like, man, it's got a logo dead center in the middle of the screen. Like, I'm supposed to be there. I want to watch this. So, But since it came out, if you haven't seen it, I recommend everybody go see it. It was very great. Is that a word? Very great? That's stupid, ain't it?
No.
That's stupid to say very great.
No. What?
Oh, it's like one of them. You know how people say,
I think you're trying to be hyper aware of your.
I really am. But you know how people say,
just talk.
Much funner.
Yeah.
Or more hungrier.
Yeah.
Like that's.
We need to pause this.
Go ahead. What you got to do? Pee?
No. I got that thing on the stove.
I turned it down lower.
I couldn't get up. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh. My booty.
It really hurts.
I'm not kidding.
I gotta show you a video. I was kind of recording when you was putting your pants up and your booty cheek was in the thing, and I was recording in slow motion. Didn't know I was even recording in slow motion. Crazy stuff. I was like, oh, look at this.
Niggas ain't shit.
Oh, look at this. You ain't got no one to talk about. I feel like you co-hosting. I feel like you a guest right now.
I'm a guest. This your world. I'm just living in it, baby.
Are you back? Mm-hmm. Hopefully your thing's not in the frame. They're not in the frame.
What?
Be good.
My shoe?
Yeah.
No. I hope my legs ain't ashy, though.
Yeah, that'd be tough.
It'll be all right.
You ain't lotion, so it'll be SOL. Yes, they are.
Oh,
Yesterday,
my gosh.
We talked. Was this yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. You and I and my sister, we talked about sharing blunts. Mm-hmm. So for those who don't know, we don't indulge in that kind of stuff. Mm-mm. No, we just keep it to our liquor. That's the only thing I'm keeping to is liquor from now on. If you know, you know. The only people that know was people that was here yesterday. Anywho, we was talking about sharing blunts. And at what point in age in life where, because I know nowadays niggas still link up to smoke together and stuff. But at what point when it's like niggas just smoke their own blunts the whole time and not just pass around?
I don't know. I really and truly actually never got the concept of passing it around.
Because sometimes it be...
I get if it's 3 people facing one blunt, sure.
Yeah, so then it'd be 2 then. I assume you pass around, all right?
I'm saying if it's 3 people facing one blunt.
Yeah.
Sure, I get it. But typically, you come to a session, you're matching. So you're matching whatever the other person has. So why the fuck are we sharing at this point? Because whatever you bring, I'm bringing.
But you know, some as you know, I'm not hip in the cartel world. But you know, some people don't be having, what y'all call it? What do people call it nowadays?
I don't know.
The Trump pack, or whatever you call it. I mean, that's why people call me Unc now at work. But I'm assuming everybody's stuff just don't hit the same.
I mean, sure, but I still don't understand. You know what you bought, so.
Like, all right, just imagine, like, you know, niggas out there be shicey, right? So just imagine, okay, I got some bottom tier stuff, but I know every time I go smoke with, you know, Billy, he always got that good stuff. So I just...
Yeah, but people typically don't share with people who got trash shit.
Niggas be shicey. I don't know, cause I ain't never really been in it. But at what point in age when niggas just start, like, we gonna smoke together, that's cool, but, like, nigga, you gonna smoke your blunt, and I'll smoke my blunt.
I just almost rubbed my eyebrow.
It's been over with, huh? It's been over with. Especially nowadays, because, you know, back then we was in, like, high school and stuff. Like I said, my sister was talking about back then, like, doing that kind of stuff, like, you, like...
Yeah, that's fine, because you ain't know no better. But
but I'm saying...
And, again, it was, like, 3 niggas putting in on one blunt.
Yeah. But I'm finna get to the other part in life.
What?
When, back in high school, when motherfuckers wasn't sexually active, and so too much wasn't going on. But nowadays, and like I say, I know that's probably, you know, people, I know some people don't brush their teeth and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, you brush your teeth, but, like, you know what I mean?
Niggas do not brush their teeth.
Like, nowadays, it is, back then, when you used to go tell a dude to go, eat ass. Like, that's lame, that's gay, that's lame. I never forget I had an argument at a lunch table. We was talking about that kind of stuff, and it was like, the back if you can have sex with a girl in the butt, you can have sex with a guy in the butt. Like, but now that argument is stupid saying it out loud.
Yeah.
But nowadays people doing that kind of stuff. Like now it's like heightened. Like, dang girl, yo man don't eat butt, he lame. Your man don't eat butt, he must be gay. Like, people say he gay for anything. But it's just like nowadays, yeah, all this stuff is happening. So like, no, I don't want to share a blow with you, man. I don't know what you did before you even got here.
Before you got here.
Because back then niggas wasn't doing stuff before we linked up. Niggas just getting out of school and going to smoke.
Right.
This is what I know. I never did it.
Here, take this for example. So remember when we went to your brother's house for game night?
Yeah.
And literally what your two truths and a lie was.
Yeah, like before I...
Like literally, nobody would have known we did that.
Until I said something. Until the two
Nobody would have known that we did that before we got there.
But like nowadays, like people are like, okay, let's get in this in before I go do something.
Type shit.
And so like, hey, I'm finna go smoke with my partners. Let's get it in right quick. And so now...
Type shit.
Homeboy, then
niggas like to walk around smelling that shit on their lip all day.
Yeah, the homeboy.
And then go face a blunt with his homeboys.
Yeah, and he got coochie juice to booty juice and in the area in between gooch juice, and he just finna pass the blunt and smoke it. Gooch juice, that's a different thing. That's when they both intertwine and fuse together.
That is gross.
Like, you know how you seen the videos?
Casey, please.
You seen the videos when it be oil and it be water and it be dish detergent like on top? Like they show like the separation. Oh, like when you go grocery shopping and you go look at the Italian dressing and it's be separated. Like that's what it's like. But when you get in the middle, that's when you shake the Italian dressing up. Then it all blends in.
Please, man.
Bottle it and sell it.
Please, man.
Call it the new honey pack. Somebody told me to try them Amsterdam poppers. Still ain't done it. When they told me that,
I still don't understand what the fuck.
Amsterdam poppers.
Yes, I know what it is.
You can't say it in the sex store, by the way. When I said it, they was like, ouch.
What would we be trying it?
They say it enhances sexual feelings, I guess.
So does liquor.
Also, too much liquor had you drunk and you'd be passed out.
Yeah, don't drink too much.
And then you wake up and be like, damn, what the hell happened? Anywho, I got a question. One last question for you. I don't know, probably got more questions. This is like a would you rather or versus type situation, right? So would you rather have an extra day of the week or an extra 3 hours a day? Now that extra day of the week, let me do this. This is how I came to the math, right? So extra 3 hour, what I did was for the extra 3 hours was I just divided how many days by how many hours, and that's how I got the extra day of the extra 3 hours a day. But however, that extra day that you have is it's a half day of what you would typically be doing.
Huh?
So the extra day, if the extra day of the week, I'm not saying that you work 5 days and you're off 3 days. I'm saying is the extra day, instead of you working 8 to 4, you work 8 to 12.
That's fine.
Or would you rather have 3 days?
No.
Extra.
3 hours extra.
3 hours extra a day. So that means you work an extra hour and a half.
No.
And you be off for another hour and a half.
No.
You rather extra whole day?
Yeah.
How you come to this thought process?
Because an extra 3 hours in a day, I can barely make it to 8 o'clock p.m. Another 3 hours after that, I'm cooked. So give me another day.
I guess that makes sense. I didn't really think too much. I wish I thought deep enough so I can give you like a real rebuttal, let me argue this. Right here. But who in the situation? Okay. Let's just put an aspect of like, how can I put it? It's not. How can I say this? You was always born with that. Let me say that. So when you was born, it was always 27 hours a day instead of 24.
I don't think I would be any less tired than what I am now. In fact, I'd probably be more tired.
But you can also use the extra hour and a half for extra sleep. Hour and a half of sleep is a good amount.
Yeah, but I'd rather do, I guess, 6 days in the office, but I'm only doing a half day, essentially. Well, I mean, it wouldn't be a half day, but 8 to 12.
Yeah,
I have to take that. That's easy.
Or instead of working 8 to, would that be 5:30 every day?
That means that instead of spending 6 hours on my phone and 2 hours working, now I'm spending.
Niggas, man. Y'all work from home, niggas. Put a.
Please, I don't work from home.
What you put your Apple Watch on the space bar? My fault, G. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. But everybody work from home do that. Except we work for FanDuel. We won't ever get a sponsor for them, so fuck them.
The long way, the strong way.
Let me tell you something. That was, the worst. I was saving that question for another day, but we can have it. That was the worst job I ever had.
Definitely the worst job I ever had. It was so demeaning.
It was just one of the situations. For those who don't know, FanDuel is a sports betting company. If you watch sports, you know this. Or if you do parlays and stuff. So, however, they do nothing but online chats. I don't think they have a phone.
They got rid of their phones.
They got rid of their phones. So it's nothing but online chats.
So their customer service is only online. It's only via chat and email. And
it's nothing but full-time. They have no part-time position. So when I was doing it, this when I was working at my current job, and I was also working there overnight. And so my schedules, they give you a schedule, and it's a constant schedule for 3 or 4 months or until, like, the season changes. Like, when it goes to football, then they change it. Or after the football season, they change it, all that kind of stuff. Or when the basketball season starts up. So it doesn't matter, right? So you're in front of a computer, of course, because you're doing chats. And all these people are chatting in who bet. And so you can just imagine people.
The dumb shit they're saying.
The dumb stuff, what's I'm looking for? They're like the rudest stuff they're saying. It is so.
The saddest shit they could think of.
The nastiest stuff.
Yes.
And you're sitting there and you got to take, and we can just, in a small community that I know, I'm assuming people who are gambling like, if I get paid, I'll be okay. Let me put $20 on a parlay or something like that, right? Or I just do like that. Or I gamble what I know I can gamble away. But there's some people out there who believe that gambling is their way to fix everything.
Yeah.
So people will put their last 20 on. Some people put on an easy bet, like, okay, let's just say they'll put a bet on Steph Curry to make 1 3-pointer. That's easy bet. But they will make that bet, their last 20, and that 20 is going to make them fucking so easy just doing it. They make them $5, so they make $20 to $25.
And then imagine Steph Curry getting the game.
And he get injured the first play.
Yeah.
Or the third play or something like that, and he gets taken out the game. And so then you have species of humans like in the chat saying...
Oh, those days? Like when DeMar Hamlin got hurt?
I wasn't. Were you? What?
Yeah.
I was probably.
So at that time, I was working in the morning, and as soon as I was logging off, Casey was coming home and logging in. So it was constant. Like, imagine that. Like, constantly sports betting for 15 hours out the day.
For y'all don't know. Just a sidebar, FanDuel, they do sports bet everything. So when it's 3:00 here in Japan, it's 3 p.m. there. So they're playing tennis in Japan on the other side of the world, and you can bet on that.
And people are gambling on it.
All right, but go ahead, though, with your.
But I'm saying, like, imagine 15 hours out of the day, it's sports betting is a constant conversation in your household.
Aggravating.
What I was.
And I have pictures. I used to put them on my Instagram story, and people used to read them.
Things they would say.
They would say, one guy, he was an aspect of, he had to, this is like his last, I don't know how much it was. It wasn't that much. But he had to buy his mama some insulin for her diabetes.
Yeah.
Insulin for that. And he betted the last money thinking that it was going to win, and it didn't win. And so he was talking about how his mom's going to die, and if his mom died, he's going to blow up the headquarters and things like that. You got some pictures in it?
Yeah, that's why
gotcha.
I'm listening to you, but that's what I was looking for.
I think I was on my Instagram story. I'll probably share them one day with him. But he was just putting stuff up online, talking about how he's going to blow up the building, and they take that stuff like serious, especially if you say you're going to hurt yourself. Like, they will literally, in order for you to sign up for that kind of stuff, they ask for your address. And if your address doesn't match whatever device that you're using, you won't let you sign up. So you can put a fake address in. But they will say all that stuff, and they will literally send cops out to your house if you mention anything about being suicidal.
Yeah.
They will call you the N word. They don't even know what your race is. They will just sit here. They will say.
They'll assume.
You
know, based on your name or something like that.
Based on your name. Oh, your name is Casey with a Y. I know you're a white boy. Like, no, that's not how that works. Or your name is Kiara, but it ain't spelled like the regular spelled Kiara. Then you must be black. And they'll sit there and call you an African N-word and all that kind of stuff. And they say, I hope your mama die. And it's like, man. And then your manager is supposed to, your manager would tell you, well, don't take it personally. No, they really just upset. I was like, yeah, man. But the last 30 people I done talked to, then all called me the N-word.
Right. It's so hard to not take it personal. Like, I mean, remember my situation.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the man didn't even say. So it was a hard day. I don't know if it was a World Cup day or something, but it was a busy day. It was a busy Saturday.
I think it was the World Cup.
Yeah, it was a busy Saturday. And so essentially I had just been getting, I guess, verbally abused, even though it's through chat. But I guess I had been getting verbally abused all day. And one of the customers said, fuck off, and I told him you first. And they pulled my chat.
That was the last day she worked there.
They pulled my chat. But I was just like, I was so over it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, of all the stuff that people say back to these customers, because the thing about it is that you can read all the chat history. So I can go back and see what the last 15 people you talked to said. Mm-hmm. I can see the exact transcript. And they used to say crazy stuff and nothing would happen to them. I don't know. I think that was definitely divine intervention, because I was over that job. I was so over it. But that day, that customer, he wanted a refund for something. And obviously we don't give refunds.
Correct. Well, no, they don't give refunds.
Well, yeah, but still, same shit. You're not getting a refund. Sorry. You knew what you was doing when you put the money on the thing. And he got upset and was like, I'm about to go. And he said, I'm about to go and shoot up.
No, be careful what you say. I don't know if you can say shoot up no word together.
Oh, he was going to go pew pew.
Okay.
Block that out.
Yeah.
He's going to go pew pew. The New York location. And we first off, the person who you're chatting with isn't even in New York. They're in fucking Ohio. They're in Ohio.
You know they say, and they'll met you, be like, John is hung up on me. I know he down the hallway from you.
Right. Like, no. Everybody's at home.
Like, bro, I'm in my living room.
Right.
In Atlanta.
Right. So, like, Casey actually worked for FanDuel, but I was contracted. So the people who I was contracted with, they used to make us sit on Zoom.
Boy, no way, boy. Boy, no way, boy.
Way.
Finish your story.
Yes, way.
Finish your story while I fix this.
I can't even finish it. Boy, what the fuck?
Boy, no way, boy.
Hey. So now we back after 3 hours of the power being out.
Yeah, power went out midstream.
Fuck a nigga named Georgia Power.
For the visual watchers, visual listeners, y'all will see it. But for the audio people, it'll just do a jump cut.
Yeah, but the power was out for 3 hours.
Came back. I got a red cup now.
Yeah.
She got shells added to her.
Yeah.
Her locks. That's it.
Yeah. That was weird. But anyways, back to the story I was telling. So, we used to sit on Zoom for our entire shifts, and people would literally just unmute to say the crazy shit that people would say to us.
You used to have we was on We was on Slack.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But you know how much easier it is to just unmute and be like, let me tell you what the fuck this person said to me.
But that job, they literally, and just the thing people don't understand about working from home, it's more micromanaging when you work from home than
when you're in office.
Yeah, so I tell people my job all the time when I work from home. I'll tell them, I say, in the building, you could go hide somewhere and I won't know you gone for probably 4 or 5 minutes. But working from home, if your mouse don't move,
yeah, that bitch go
for a minute.
That bitch go 45 yellow.
Seconds.
You got Microsoft Teams, that bitch go yellow, and you have a manager who actually watched that shit. No.
We was working at FanDuel. Like you have to set your status, because if you're always online, then you always receive chats and stuff like that. But if you wasn't online, as soon as you put it to was away.
Well, that was like service. That was service level things. That has to do with like it's like workforce management. You have to be within service levels, so everybody has to have only a certain amount. So even when you're working in office, the standards are still the same. And I'm saying that because I've done call center, chat, all of that work in office, so it's still the same. And it's slightly more like managed. I'm not managed, but watched when people are at home. But
I don't recommend it.
When I was working in office, when I was doing chats and taking calls and things like that, with another contract, it was set at 10 minutes. Everybody in the building, even though everybody may have been working different contracts, it was set at 10 minutes because, I mean, it takes longer to walk to the bathroom and do X, Y, and Z. But when we got home, they significantly cut that to like 4 minutes. And if you're going to be away for more than 4 minutes, they need to know why. Like, bitch, you want me to tell you that I'm in away for more than 4 minutes because I got to go blow this fucking toilet up? Be fucking for real.
I was walking my dog and they see your matches. Soon come back, where you go? Like, damn.
Fuck, niggas gotta walk their dog. Damn, dogs got a shit too.
I mean, something. Like I said, I never again, I recommend working for FanDuel. If you work for them, bless her. This girl I follow, she invited us to our podcast. I don't think she works anymore, but it's another girl I follow on Twitter. She still works for FanDuel. I'm just like, bro, it's been 3 years.
Yeah. I couldn't take that abuse.
I took that leave of absence, and they asked for some documentations, and then when I
said for that shit,
and then I had somebody forge a doctor's signature. Well, they don't gonna know who.
Don't say that though.
I can say that. They forged a doctor's signature, so then they ended up calling the doctor. The doctor didn't pick up the phone. It was like, we can't validate this.
Oh my God, that's illegal. You can get jail time for that. Like, don't say that.
I didn't sign it.
Oh my God, you submitted it. So you're
allegedly.
Oh my God.
In GTA.
So
everything I say is all happen in GTA. What is it called? GTA RP.
Casey was gonna take a leave of absence, and they didn't approve his leave of absence. But Casey said, "Fuck y'all and everything y'all stand for," and never came back.
I will say this though, I still got their laptop.
Casey,
I had to get it back in blood.
Casey, stop saying incriminating shit.
Okay. Before we go, we haven't talked about one thing. Relationships. The love section of it. Now I don't know what part of the podcast that is, relationship podcast. So what is, and I'll talk about this literally when I was in the restroom before we started, the bathroom. What is some advice you can give people out there? Relationship-wise advice.
You gotta pick your battles.
Mm-hmm. That's literally what I was gonna say when I thought about it.
You got to. Some things really are just not worth arguing about.
No, for real.
Because one, arguing is extremely draining. It's a waste of time, and 9 times out of 10 it gets you nowhere. Especially depending on when you decide to bring it up. Let's just say arguing, period. If you're arguing 9 times out of 10, it's not gonna get nowhere because it's already a hostile environment if we're arguing. So
yeah, now we're just yelling at each other.
type
Well,
shit.
well, hold on. Because I don't yell. Now we're just talking just to talk.
No.
I don't really yell. Well, last time I yell.
We didn't. I don't know, but
Yeah, I hardly yell.
1 or 2 times, it's gotten to that point. But
that sounds like a Putin noise, didn't
it do.
I might keep that one in.
But yeah, you just long story short, you gotta pick your battles. Is this something that's really worth me getting worked up over right now? Like,
but
here's the thing. Casey like to leave his shoes in the middle of the floor, and I don't be
nigga, you do too.
Sure.
What do you mean?
Sure, but Casey likes to leave them in the paths that I always take.
Oh, okay, just because it's the path that you take a different path.
So I could start arguing about that because he said, I almost broke my neck out there.
Who said that?
That's from Roll Bounce.
Oh, you go this shit again.
I could have broke my neck, but it's like, is this something worth arguing about? No, I'm just gonna kick the shit out the way and keep it pushing.
Meanwhile, she leave her shit in the middle of the floor also.
No, I don't.
So I don't. Lie to me again.
I don't leave my shoes in the middle of the floor. They be pushed out to the side. They might be in the middle, but they pushed to the side in the middle. Type shit. So like, for example.
Where you take your work clothes off at?
When I take my clothes off, I put them on the bench. They're not on the floor. Oh, wow.
What's McCullough say? You a yaya.
Anyways.
I'm drinking lemonade.
Back to to answer the question. Pick your battles. Because a lot of stuff ain't worth arguing about.
True. You know what I say? Advice I give people. And I say it every single time. I say it at least once a month. No. People make time. I thought you were going to finish it, but I guess not. For who they want to make time for. So if that person that you've been hitting up and they always saying, I'll let you know, or they say they too busy to text you back or hang out with you, that ain't true.
Or they taking 4 or 5 hours to respond.
Ain't true.
Yeah, no, they doing some other shit and they don't care to give you
time. It is what it is. Let it go.
Yeah.
I mean, what is meant for you is meant for you, but that's the second
Absolutely.
advice. But don't waste your time on nobody, y'all.
Absolutely, because time is the one thing you can never, ever get back.
Life is short.
It's short as hell.
So is Kiara, and so I follow G.
Cut the cameras. Cut the cameras.
All right, y'all. We're gonna end it. We're gonna end it right there. This has been episode 2, like I said earlier.
Why am I even in this?
Like, why I threw you in it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I ain't even did nothing.
I'm sorry. But like, subscribe, share. Hopefully I'm good enough to add like one of those little, people have the animation like click, like, share, subscribe. I don't care if you turn the notifications on, actually, because my notifications be off all damn day. I fucking hate that shit. Ding, my phone stay on vibrate. Anywho, thank y'all. Like I said, we're trying to be more consistent. Or I was to be more consistent because Kiara was talking about we should record every other week. And so much stuff happens in the media and life in general where I think 2 weeks is too far apart to be recording. What podcast records every 2 weeks?
We don't even have that big of a following. We can do every other week.
No, we have to get a following so you put more and more
exactly.
out.
So have the people anticipate. Come on.
No, yeah, anticipate once a week. We ever talking about shit that happened 3 weeks ago. Nobody cares about that stuff no more. You gotta be up to date.
Talk about anything that happened 3 weeks ago.
When I turn this camera on, the next video is gonna be just me by myself and talking to myself.
Go ahead.
And AI. I'm gonna have AI do your voice.
Please.
And just use that kind of go to it. But thank y'all for watching. We will see y'all next week. I might bring the podcast stuff on our trip. Well, we'll see how it go. I feel like podcasting somewhere else would be fine. Say it won't be.
Have a good night, y'all.
Say it won't be. Are you disagreeing? Imagine us
we don't have time for that. Casey, we don't have time for that.
Imagine us podcasting.
Casey, we don't have time for that. We have a jam-packed schedule. We don't have time for that.
You got something else doing every day?
Yes.
Do you have a day of just doing nothing?
No.
Bro, what if I just want to relax?
We don't have that.
We'll figure it out. Mm-hmm. We have this. Imagine we podcast. This is because from what you're telling me, we're going somewhere warm.
No fucking shit.
So just imagine us podcast in the background. Because I'm assuming if we're in a hotel,
Nigga is assuming a lot of shit.
If we're in a hotel, we're in a presidential suite, right? So we have a huge balcony.
On this government check.
Yeah, we have a huge balcony that opens up, and it's a corner view, right? And we have the huge balcony that opens up into the beach, and that'll be our background for us podcasting.
All right. So, thank you for listening to the Repaying Podcast.
I'm serious.
This is Kiara.
Signing out.
Signing the fuck out.
All right, y'all. We see y'all next week.